Wanted to give you a quick update on my Jets class. First, I have 8 kids now, so I have about 6 of them who are not very strong listeners, so they're a little rough, but very talented, so we're working on them. One of them jumped up to their hips with their hands backwards and tried a backup circle. If you know what would happen, and boom, body slam. Luckily, there was a soft 8-incher there, or she could have gotten pretty badly hurt, knocked herself out. Actually, she could have, but luckily a bar wasn't too high, and it was a good 8-incher, so that helped. Then we had Tamia and Talia. They came in and they had drawn red marker all over their ankles, and Tamia, the younger one, said, "I need a Band-Aid because I'm bleeding." And it was obviously marker, and she just wanted a Band-Aid, wanted a Band-Aid, wanted a Band-Aid. And I said, no, we're not going to get a Band-Aid, but a little bit of a challenge there. And then yesterday we had 2 of them. We were trying to start with leaps, which is a little bit more boring. And that was hard to do a chassé leap in the Jets class. And she said, it's boring. And then the other child started going, and it's boring, it's boring. And I tried to praise them that they're in the Jets class and they're there to learn. And maybe if you don't want to learn, that this isn't the class for you. And then they're like, no, okay. And then I did the Connect 4 board circuit, and then they started trying again. But just keep at it. Keep trying to do the positive and keep them in the stations. And I think they start coming around, but I'll keep you updated. My Jets class is one of the most challenging classes I've had with listening and trying to stay involved in the class. When I left class, we had one of the newest students was extremely good listener and extremely good in the talent area. And I went out to talk to mom, said, how'd she do? And I said, wonderful. I said, all these great things. And then she said, well, what should she be working on at home? And I said, really? Nothing. You shouldn't really ask them to work on stuff at home, especially at 5 and 6 years old, because it will burn them out when they're 12 and 13. If it seems like it's too important and it's too much pressure, they will burn out and it won't be good for them. So try to remember that when you're talking to parents, to educate them about that. And also reminder that you don't want the kids to feel like this is too important, and moving them up a little sooner above their head. Some kids will really freak out. So we want to try make sure they're ready before they're moving up. So that's my Jets update of the class today. Okay, a few little things about the meeting notes today. First, we have an equipment problem in that we have too much equipment and it keeps getting in everybody's way. So anytime you can stack it neatly away, please do so. There's some different ways to kind of stack them on top of each other and take up less space. So anytime you can do that or think of a good idea, please do that. Also, in about 4 weeks, we're looking not to move up kids because we have our spring festival coming. So unless they're going to be the same level, we're probably not going to move them up after this term. Also, mini Congress is July 16th and 17th, so please save the date. And dragging and dropping mats and boards does damage them, so if you can try not to do that too much. Also, the best way I found to do social media is to do stations, and after a certain period of time, either by your stopwatch or by the Connect 4 board or cards being turned over, whatever it is, say, okay, freeze, let's do our show turn. Show turns are the best way to get kids on social media. They're going one at a time. You're having the rest of the class clap for the kids. It's a great boost to their morale, and you're going to say they're going to be Instagram famous and go on our story. So if you don't know how to get on our Instagram login, we want to help you do that so you can do more posting of all these kids. Also, it hardly ever fails. A squeal, oh my God, you almost did that. Oh, so great. Those kind of things almost always work to say, hey, you almost land on your feet. The next turn, I always see an improvement. So if you can do those squeals, oh my God, do they make things a lot better in the effort after it. Also, cleaning up a little around you, if you can do that, that helps so much. Anytime you see, you could put some mats away or clean something up or pick up a wrapper. Oh my God, that helps so much if everybody's doing a little bit. And then the last thing, I just want to make sure, do not ever start class with, okay, what do you guys want to do? That is not a professional way to start a class. You want to make sure you're the professional and you're giving them, you could say, hey, would you guys like to start on bars or start on beam? You can give them choices like that, but it is your job to set up the stations, set up the rotations, and not necessarily just do what the kids want you to do. You can do rewards and you can do choices, but you don't just say, well, they don't ever want to do something that's hard for them, so we just don't do it. No, you're supposed to try to make that engaging and make that fun so that they learn and then are proud of themselves for struggling through something tough and sticking with it. So try those tips and have a great week.